90-Day Fiancé. Star Patrick Mendes, divorcing Ramone, wants sole legal custody of their kid. The evening air felt unusually cold as Patrick Mendes stepped out onto the apartment balcony overlooking the glowing city lights below. Cars moved slowly through the streets, while distant sounds of traffic echoed softly through the night. Normally, moments like this helped him relax after stressful days, but tonight, nothing seemed peaceful anymore. Inside the apartment, Ramone quietly folded their daughter's clothes in the bedroom. The silence between them had grown heavier over the past several months, turning even simple daily routines into emotionally difficult moments. Their marriage had once been filled with excitement, passion, and dreams about building a strong future together. Friends and fans who followed their journey believed they were one of the strongest couples to come out of 90-Day Fiancé. They had survived cultural differences, long-distance struggles, and family pressure before finally creating a life together in America. But behind the smiles and happy photos, small cracks had slowly formed in their relationship. Patrick remained outside, staring into the distance, while thinking about how quickly everything had changed. He remembered the early days of their relationship when every conversation felt exciting. Back then, even ordinary moments felt special. They laughed more, supported each other naturally, and believed they could overcome any challenge together. Now, even sitting in the same room often felt uncomfortable. A soft voice interrupted his thoughts. "You're still awake?" Patrick turned and saw Thais standing near the balcony door, holding a blanket around her shoulders. "Couldn't sleep," he answered quietly. Thais nodded slowly before stepping outside beside him. For a brief moment, neither spoke. The cool wind moved gently around them, while tension filled the silence. Finally, Thais looked toward him carefully. "Do you think we can fix this?" The question stayed in the air for several seconds, before Patrick responded. "I don't know anymore." His answer was honest, but painful. Thais lowered her eyes, clearly hurt by the uncertainty in his voice. Over the previous year, their arguments had become more frequent and emotionally exhausting. Sometimes the disagreements started over parenting decisions. Other times they came from stress, loneliness, or misunderstandings that never fully disappeared. Patrick often focused heavily on work responsibilities because he wanted financial stability for the family. Long hours and constant pressure left him mentally drained. Meanwhile, Thais struggled with feeling emotionally disconnected and isolated far away from her relatives in Brazil. Neither of them intentionally wanted the marriage to fall apart, but slowly, frustration replaced patience. One afternoon months earlier, they argued after Patrick missed an important family outing because of work commitments. Thais had planned a simple day together at the park with their daughter. She spent the morning preparing everything carefully, hoping they could enjoy quality time as a family. But shortly before leaving, Patrick received a work call. "I have to go handle this meeting," he explained while grabbing his keys. "You promised today was for us," Thais replied, disappointment visible on her face. "I know, but this is important." "Everything is always more important." Patrick sighed heavily. "That's not fair. What's not fair is feeling alone even when you're here." The argument continued until Patrick eventually left the apartment, frustrated, while Thais stayed behind fighting tears. Moments like that became increasingly common. At first, they always apologized afterward and tried moving forward. But over time, unresolved emotions continued building beneath the surface. One evening, Patrick's brother visited the apartment for dinner and immediately sensed tension between the couple. Conversations felt forced. Smiles appeared only briefly before fading again. After dinner, Patrick stepped outside with his brother while Thais cleaned the kitchen quietly inside. "Things aren't good, are they?" his brother asked carefully. Patrick stayed silent for a moment before answering. "We're trying." But even he no longer sounded convinced. His brother encouraged him to consider counseling or taking time away from work to focus on the marriage. Patrick agreed in theory, but emotionally, he already felt exhausted. Meanwhile, Thais privately confided in one of her closest friends during late-night phone calls. "I feel like we stopped being partners.